What is a democracy? Well, a democracy is a form of government where lots of people have a say in their government. They have a right to vote in their laws and their leadership. This allows many freedoms to be intact for the citizens and everyone's voice to be heard. This is seen in a couple different nations around the world.
Examples of democracy. Now, one of the main examples of democracy is our government in the United States. This all began whenever America fought the British in the Revolutionary War. Whenever the U.S. defeated the British and became independent, the Declaration of Independence was signed. This leads to the democratic form of government used today. Now, a single group or power is not responsible for all decisions in the democracy in the U.S. For example, the powers are separated among three branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. These branches all specialize in different areas. In addition, most importantly, the citizens also have a say. There is an annual election day in November where the citizens can vote for leaders to represent them as a county, state, or nationally. They even get a say on the election of a president every 4 years.
Comparing and contrasting governments. One government that's very different from a democracy is an absolute monarchy. In an absolute monarchy, the king or queen has control over all the people and makes all the decisions. This king or queen is inherited through bloodline, so there's never a big change in leadership, and the people don't have a say over who is controlling them and making their choices, which often leads them to be unhappy. Another form of government that's very different from a democracy is a dictatorship. Similar to an absolute monarchy, one person has all of the power and makes all of the decisions in government. And people can often, in this type of government, be punished for thinking differently than their leader, and also causes them to live in fear. On the contrary, a government that's very similar to a democracy is a republic. In a republic, people vote on represented leaders. So although they may not have a say in all of the individual laws and bills that are passed, they still feel represented and have some choice in their government.
Next, we will talk about the strengths and weaknesses of a democracy. Starting with the strengths of a democracy, citizens have a vote and say in government. This will satisfy many needs and wants of the people in this government. Next, the security of the nation gives off a more secure and safe feel. The reason for this might be due to people having more indivisible freedoms in society. Along with that, basic human rights are granted to the people in the society because of the Constitution. People are able to hold individuality, and the Constitution also promotes equality. The final strength of a democracy are the relationships with other nations. Usually relationships are friendly, which promotes more trade and wealth. Next, onto the weaknesses of a democracy. While people do have a say in voting, the leader has the overall say in what decisions are made. But after the decisions are made, laws and bills can take a very long time to pass. So the decisions might not be made or accepted for quite some time. To add on to this, the decisions are only based on the majority of the votes, which again can lead to the citizens having little say in the government. Since the citizens don't have much say in the government, this can change how much security can be put into the government without the citizens to be upset and complain about it. Then finally, relationships within a democracy do not always go as planned and end poor. This can result in terrorist attacks.